not gonna lie, it still feels weird I'm not wearing my jersey on a Thursday. Good morning and happy Thursday, everyone. So let's start with my low, my high, my act of kindness. Let's see. Well, nothing particularly bad happened yesterday. I mean, I wound up going to bed late when I know I shouldn't have, so now I'm tired, so I guess that's part of my low. Honestly, I haven't really been sleeping that well, if we're being honest. I wouldn't say I'm stressed out about anything either. It's just I haven't been getting that much, like, a good night's sleep. Not to mention, yesterday, like, all day, I had, like a stiff neck, too. It feels a lot better. And granted, maybe I probably could have had, like, ibuprofen or something. But, again, it feels better. My high is, much to my surprise, we got a new Hot Ones episode yesterday. Like, that's insane. I wasn't expecting to see anything Hot Ones related for at least another week. And it was a reunion episode, no less. I'll get to that momentarily. My act of kindness was bringing the garbage cans for my folks, because yesterday was garbage day. So, I just mentioned that yesterday's episode of Hot Ones was a reunion day, or reunion episode, which, obviously, as the name implies, it's a guest that was on Hot Ones before, but wants to do Hot Ones again for maybe promoting something, or maybe to prove they can do it again, or maybe both. And reunion episodes of Hot Ones really aren't anything new. I mean, Seth Rogen did it, T-Pain did it, Gabriel Iglesias did it, Eddie Wong did it, Gordon Ramsay, Ken Jeong. Yeah, there have been plenty of people that have done Hot Ones more than once. Also, I want to be able to addend something. Last year in 2024, which was obviously last year, I pretty much did one of these videos for every single Hot Ones guest, with the exception of one. I didn't really do one on the Peter Griffin episode because that episode was clearly played more for gags than anything else. I mean, at least with Donald Duck, like, Donald Duck was celebrating his 90th birthday. So, yeah, it made sense to give that episode proper respect and do a video on it. Peter Griffin's episode was more like a joke, if anything. But, again, I probably could have, I really should have just, done that video, because then I would have literally done a Hot Ones video for every single episode of Hot Ones last year. This year, I think, will be the year I finally do it all perfectly. So, I might as well start with this one. Which is rather odd because, again, I wasn't expecting to hear anything Hot Ones related until at least next week, where we probably would have gotten the hot sauce lineup for season 26. But we didn't get that. Like, just out of the blue, we got a reunion episode with Lil Yachty, which doubly intrigued me because last time Lil Yachty was on, he didn't finish. In fact, that episode of Hot Ones that he was on was his first time ever trying hot sauce. Which, already I should have seen the writing on the wall that he really wasn't going to do very well. But if nothing else, I'm happy to report that he redeemed himself. And that Sean is like, I'm proud of you. Which I get. You should be proud. I mean, him and Eddie Wong are the only two people who absolutely didn't finish or clearly didn't do very well. And they come back and make it to the end. Well, in the case of Eddie Wong, he wanted to see if he could do the hottest wing first and then, like, go in reverse order, which, no. Do not do that. Do not do that. Like, Olivier Gauthier episode, did he die? Pretty close. A part of me has thought of doing like old episodes and talk about at least some of my favorites. I have thought of doing that, but again, I mean, this is that time of year where nothing's going on, so theoretically I could. I don't know. Maybe someday I'll get to doing that. Or maybe if I'm able to get monetization doing these videos and therefore I could like do stuff like this for a living, that'd be great too. Because I didn't have the time to do it and I'm like, oh, you know what, I'll do another video just because I can. I'm sure right now some of you guys are like, just get to talking about the episode already. Don't worry, I am. So, really the first question Sean asked was, because lately Lil Yachty's been experimenting with other artists you wouldn't normally expect to see him do. And Sean asked, like, are you doing this to subvert expectations and proving critics wrong? And Lil Yachty's like, I'm just trying to be creative. I'm just being who I am. Which, yeah, okay, I can respect that. You should strive to do your own thing and, well, technically, I wish it was easy to not care what other people think, but sadly there's a lot more to it than that, which makes it very complicated. Keep in mind, some of these wings really weren't just asking a question. It was just like either reminiscing or just reactions and such. And in the case of the second wing, Sean really didn't get to ask him a question. They were just talking about his first time on Hot Ones and the fact that, the show Hot Ones does promote other hot sauces and hot sauce companies, which, is nice. They talked about what Lil Yachty's sneaker of the year is, which there was one. Keep in mind, he had like several. The one that stood out to me is like there's a sneaker that costs $60,000. And keep in mind, I'm a really simple guy. I mean, I'm wearing moccasins for goodness sake when doing these videos. So, I'm not looking to, well, technically I am looking to impress, but I certainly don't need a sneaker that's $60,000 to do so. I mean, good God, can that sneaker cure cancer? What happened? The next one, they talked about Camera Guy Bill's experience in the restaurant business because they were promoting, like Hot Ones did a collaboration with the Ragu, like the pasta sauce people. And like, obviously those pasta sauces are spicier because of, Hot Ones sauces and such. Honestly, here I'm thinking you couldn't go with Prego. I grew up in a Prego household. Actually, fun fact about Ragu: it was founded in Rochester, New York. Yeah, Ragu, the popular pasta sauce brand, was founded in upstate New York, which isn't far from where I am. I mean, I live in upstate. I live in Elmira, and Ragu, I believe, was founded in Henrietta, which is in the Rochester area. Actually, fun fact, outside of Rochester, we say Rochester. Inside of Rochester, say Rochester. That's how they say it. He talked about the most bizarre rap gig he's ever had, which basically was performing in front of a bunch of people that he couldn't understand, nor could they really understand him. And there was like 5 people there or something. He talked about his strongest quality as an interview being factual and not holding back his answers. He talked about how Red Dead Redemption and God of War should be made into movies, which, I mean, with the Sonic the Hedgehog movies and, you know, the Super Mario Brothers movies being very successful, it is possible to make a video game movie that's good, but, I mean, Red Dead Redemption they could do, but God of War, that'd be impossible to do. I mean, they could do it, just wouldn't be very good. They get to the bomb, and honestly, Lil Yachty just reacted to it, which I do believe that was when he, you know, tapped out in the last time he was on Hot Ones. But he got through it. Gotta give him credit for that. Sean then asked him, like, what is... Because that was, like, the theme of... Literally the title of the YouTube video is Lil Yachty reaches his final form. Which is clearly a reference to Dragon Ball Z, you know, Frieza. Which... Now I'm thinking about my Arc Thoughts video on the Resurrection F-Star. That was a lot of fun. Although, we are getting pretty close to the end of the month. I have to do Arc Thoughts on Universe 6 very soon. And Lil Yachty's like, there really is no final form. Just me keep trying things and keep going. Like, you fall down, you get back up and you keep going. I mean, yeah, it sounds cliche, but you know what? It is true. When you fall down, you should get back up. That's just what you do. Then for the last dab, Sean asked him, what's the... Because, I mean, again, you know, Lil Yachty, when he was first on Hot Ones back in, like, 2018, wow, that was a while ago, he taps out. And when he did it, he clearly stepped out of his comfort zone to do it. He clearly came back to face his fears. And then Sean asked him, what's the blessing of facing your fears and stepping out of your comfort zone? And, I mean, again, I probably could have said this answer myself, but the fact that it came from Lil Yachty, who, again, first time he was on Hot Ones, he didn't succeed. It makes sense. It's all the better coming from him. Because the blessing of facing your fears and stepping out of your comfort zone is knowing that whether you like the experience or not, you did what you wanted to do. I mean, what's a good example of this? At some point, I do plan on talking about this in greater detail, but I've liked stand-up comedy for a long time. And when I was at Trinity Poly, the worst teacher I ever had talked about comedian Dennis Leary. And I didn't know what to expect. I mean, I had seen Dennis Leary on, you know, The Sandlot and the Ice Age movies, but I had never heard of stand-up before. So I listened to his stand-up, and I mean, I liked it, and it was a lot of fun, but it was watching his stand-up, specifically No Cure for Cancer, that I came to the epiphany of what I believe now. And that's good comedy should make you laugh, and great comedy should make you laugh and think. If you've never seen Dennis Leary's No Cure for Cancer, give that a watch. Like, again, it's really funny, really smart, and one of these years, someday I plan on, like, doing, you know, 100 stand-up specials you should watch before you die. No Cure for Cancer would be on that list. I'm just throwing that out there. And anyway, in terms of what does that have to do with Lil Yachty's answer? Well, there was one joke in the No Cure for Cancer stand-up special that technically involved a very big pet peeve of mine. I don't want to get into it now. I'll do that in the video at a later date. But Dennis Leary took that and made it work in a way that I thought, I never thought of it that way before. That's interesting. And again, that's what I learned. Great comedy should make you laugh and think. I don't want to give away what the joke is. Again, I'll do that later. But it was watching No Cure for Cancer I learned this. So yeah, altogether, it was a great Hot Ones episode. To the good folks over at, First Sweet Feast, Sean Evans, Camera Guy Bill, Chris Schoenberg, and everybody else. I'm glad we got to see it sooner than what I was expecting. Though it's kind of going to throw me off in terms of, wow, I just realized this is not even the first Hot Ones guest of 2025. It came out before the new season started. I mean, I'll still do, keep the order of the X numbered Hot Ones guests of 2025. I'll still do that, but now I gotta really pay attention to what episode is what and what number guest we're on. I don't know. I figured, you know what? 2025 is going to be a good year, but not without its fair share of challenges. In a small way, I would say this is the first challenge of the year. And I'll accept it. I hope you all like this video. If you like, subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow me on social media. As always, I'm very humble in this video for all of you guys who watch the show. For now, hopefully you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Thursday. And remember, if any of you guys want to talk, the channel will always be here to lend and always your back, to lend your ear. Now, always your back. Take care and make good choices. 607 all day, baby.